Janet Jackson is widely known as Michael Jackson's sister, but she has built a legendary career of her own. With hit albums and unforgettable performances, she is truly a superstar. Now, her son, Eissa, might be the next big star to emerge from the Jackson family. But that's not all. Janet's love story with a Muslim billionaire is just as shocking as it is fascinating. So, how did they meet, and could Eissa really be the next global pop sensation? Janet Jackson's life, both on and off the stage, has been captivating. While she is celebrated for her groundbreaking music and iconic performances, there is another side to her life that is equally intriguing. Her secret love story with Qatari billionaire Wissam. Born on May 16, 1966, Janet grew up as the youngest member of the famous Jackson family. While she was Michael Jackson's baby sister, Janet quickly carved out her own path in the entertainment industry, becoming a legend in her own right. Her journey started with TV appearances on shows like Good Times and Fame, and her breakthrough came with the release of her third album, Control, in 1986. This album turned Janet into a global superstar, with themes of independence and self-empowerment that resonated with audiences. But behind the music, Janet's personal life has been just as dramatic and headline-worthy. Janet's first marriage was to James DeBarge in 1984, a whirlwind romance that lasted only 1 year. She then had a secretive marriage to dancer and director Rene Elizondo Jr. in 1991, a relationship that stayed mostly out of the public eye until their messy split in 2000. Next, she had a high-profile relationship with hip-hop producer Jermaine Dupri, which lasted from 2002 to 2009. Despite their busy careers pulling them apart, they parted ways on good terms, which was a rare and refreshing outcome. But the most intriguing chapter of Janet's love life came when she met Wissam, a man from a completely different world. Janet and Wissam met around 2010, and it didn't take long for them to fall in love. Wissam, one of Qatar's most influential businessmen, has a resume as impressive as Janet's discography. By 2012, the couple had secretly tied the knot, keeping their marriage out of the public eye. Janet had finally found love with a partner who shared her love for privacy and elegance. Wissam is not the type to flaunt his wealth or make headlines for his personal life. Instead, he is solely focused on business. As the executive director of the Al Mana Group, a massive family-owned conglomerate, Wissam is involved in everything from luxury brands to media and real estate. The Al Mana Group is behind high-end fashion houses, advanced property developments, and regional entertainment ventures. Essentially, if it's fancy or forward-thinking, the Al Mana Group is likely involved. Under Wissam's leadership, the company gained global recognition, contributing significantly to the Middle East economy and beyond. He is a visionary, constantly adapting to an ever-changing market, and his work has helped position Qatar as a rising economic force. Janet and Wissam's worlds collided in a classic story of opposites attracting. Janet, a global pop star with a high-energy life in the spotlight, and Wissam, a reserved businessman, found their differences complementing each other. Wissam's calm demeanor and business acumen seemed to balance Janet's creative spirit and strong personality. Their relationship grew stronger, and in 2017, Janet gave birth to their son, Eissa, at the age of 50. However, shortly after Eissa was born, Janet and Wissam separated, citing cultural differences as the reason. Despite the split, they have remained focused on co-parenting their son, keeping their personal lives private while ensuring that Eissa receives the best of both worlds. Wissam's upbringing and values likely played a role in their connection. Raised in a prominent Qatari family, he developed a strong sense of tradition and responsibility. Taking over the family business with a clear vision, he expanded it into new industries, setting new standards in luxury, media, and real estate. Now, the big question remains. What kept Janet and Wissam bonded, and what eventually pulled them apart? The story behind how Janet met Wissam is just as intriguing. Let's rewind to where it all began, at a glamorous 5-star hotel launch in Dubai in 2010. The event was filled with business tycoons, celebrities, and socialites, all gathered under one glittering roof. In this world of luxury and exclusivity, Janet Jackson, the iconic pop legend, crossed paths with Wissam, the reserved yet powerful Qatari billionaire. These two people, each from completely different worlds, found a connection that was immediate and undeniable. Despite the vast differences in their backgrounds, Janet being a global music superstar and Wissam a quiet, influential businessman, the chemistry between them was undeniable. What makes their relationship even more intriguing is that, from the very start, Janet and Wissam kept their connection entirely private. While it's hard to imagine someone as famous as Janet keeping such a relationship under wraps, she managed to pull it off. For years, they stayed out of the public eye, never confirming or denying their romance to the media. This decision was undoubtedly a smart one, as it allowed them to build a relationship free from the constant scrutiny that comes with being in the public eye. Despite their efforts to keep things private, their bond only grew stronger. It wasn't until 2012 that they took the monumental step of getting married. However, don't expect a lavish celebrity wedding with paparazzi frenzy or tabloids making a spectacle of every moment. Instead, Janet and Wissam opted for a quiet, intimate ceremony, far removed from the usual glitz and glam of Hollywood weddings. Their decision to keep the event a secret and the details under wraps only added to the air of mystery surrounding their relationship. In fact, the world didn't even know they had gotten married until much later, showing just how private and carefully protected their lives together were. This level of discretion and privacy spoke volumes about the respect and understanding they shared. They were not just protecting their love from the prying eyes of the media, but they were building a life together on their own terms, away from the pressures of the public. Behind closed doors, Janet and Wissam appeared to have found a perfect balance, her fierce independence and star power complementing his calm demeanor and grounded nature. For a time, it seemed like they had figured it all out. The blend of her creative energy and his business savvy seemed like a match made in heaven. Yet, as we all know, no relationship is without its challenges, and even the most private of unions can face obstacles. In January 2017, the couple's world expanded when they welcomed their son, Eissa, into the world. It was a joyous occasion for the couple, marking the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. Janet, who was 50 at the time, had waited years to become a mother, and Eissa's arrival was a dream come true for her. The birth of their son was a moment of pure happiness and celebration for both Janet and Wissam. However, as much as Eissa's arrival brought joy, it also revealed the cracks in their relationship. Shortly after his birth, Janet and Wissam announced their separation, ending a marriage that had lasted for 5 years but had clearly been strained. Their separation was said to be due to cultural differences, which might have played a significant role in the challenges they faced as a couple. Though they parted ways romantically, Janet and Wissam have remained focused on co-parenting their son, and they continue to keep their personal lives private while ensuring that Eissa gets the best of both worlds. The decision to separate, though heartbreaking, was a reflection of the complexities that come with relationships, especially ones that are played out in the public eye. Their shared commitment to keeping their son's upbringing as normal as possible, despite their differences, shows a deep respect for each other as co-parents. Wissam's upbringing in a prominent Qatari family, with strong traditions and values, likely influenced his approach to relationships and business. As the executive director of the Al-Mana Group, Wissam has transformed the company into a global powerhouse with investments in luxury brands, media, real estate, and more. His leadership has helped position Qatar as a rising economic force, and he continues to expand the company into new industries. Looking back, Janet and Wissam's relationship is a fascinating blend of two different worlds, one of fame and the other of business. But what truly kept them connected was their ability to find common ground despite their differences. Their story, marked by both happiness and heartache, is a reminder that even the most glamorous of love stories face real-world challenges. It's a testament to the complexities of love, family, and privacy, and it leaves us wondering what the future holds for their son, Eissa, and whether he will follow in his mother's footsteps to become a star in his own right. So, what went wrong in Janet Jackson and Wissam Al-Mana's relationship? According to those close to the couple, cultural differences played a significant role. Their backgrounds were starkly different. Janet was a fiercely independent artist who had always championed self-expression, while Wissam came from a more traditional upbringing. This contrast in values and lifestyle made it difficult for them to find common ground at times. Rumors also suggested that control issues might have contributed to their struggles. It was said that Wissam's expectations and lifestyle began to feel restrictive for Janet, who deeply valued her autonomy, both personally and professionally. Given Janet's long history of advocating for independence, it seemed her marriage began to challenge this core belief in ways she couldn't ignore. Further complicating matters, Janet's brother, Randy Jackson, publicly spoke out about the emotional struggles Janet had confided in him during the marriage. He alleged that Janet had endured verbal harassment, which only added to the strain of their relationship. Wissam, however, denied these claims, stating that the separation was due to personal differences rather than any form of abuse. Neither Janet nor Wissam has openly addressed these allegations in detail, choosing to keep such matters private for the sake of their son, Eissa. As their relationship ended, the couple shifted their focus to Eissa, prioritizing his well-being above all else. Despite their differences, Janet and Wissam have made a concerted effort to co-parent in a way that shields their son from any public drama. It's a delicate balance, but one they seem committed to maintaining for Eissa's sake. So, what's life like for little Eissa, the child of a pop legend and a billionaire? Though their marriage ended soon after Eissa was born, Janet and Wissam have remained dedicated to shared custody, ensuring that Eissa receives love and care from both parents. Eissa's upbringing is far from the typical Hollywood lifestyle one might expect for the child of such famous parents. Instead of growing up under the spotlight in Los Angeles or in the luxury of Doha, Eissa spends most of his time in London. Janet and Wissam carefully chose this city because it offers a balance, providing privacy, space, and a vibrant community that allows Eissa to live a more grounded, normal childhood. It's a thoughtful decision that shows the couple's commitment to giving their son the best life possible, away from the constant glare of the media. Janet has made it clear that she wants Eissa to have the kind of childhood she never experienced. Born into the globally famous Jackson family, Janet understands firsthand the pressures and scrutiny that come with growing up in the public eye. The constant spotlight and expectations are not something she wants her son to face. To ensure this, she has worked hard to keep Eissa's life as normal as possible, without cameras following him around or any pressure to live up to a family legacy. She wants him to have the freedom to discover who he is, on his own terms. Living in London plays a big role in this plan. The city offers a unique blend of culture, community, and anonymity, which Janet believes is crucial for Eissa's well-being. She has spoken openly about her desire for her son to grow up in an environment where he can explore his interests, build friendships, and enjoy life without the pressures of fame. Hollywood, she recognizes, isn't exactly known for providing that kind of normal childhood. So, what does life look like for Eissa? For starters, he is part of a dynamic, private community surrounded by other families who lead relatively low-profile lives. Janet ensures he has access to activities that allow him to express himself and simply have fun. Whether it's playing outdoors, trying out new hobbies, or spending time with friends, his life is as far removed from the glamour of his mom's career as possible. Despite her busy schedule, Janet is a hands-on mom. Whether in London or elsewhere, she always makes time to bond with Eissa, prioritizing their relationship above all else. Balancing motherhood with her global superstar career is no easy task, but Janet does it with grace and dedication. As for Wissam, while he keeps a low profile, he is equally committed to Eissa's upbringing. Their co-parenting approach seems focused on what's best for their son, even though their parenting styles may differ. Janet provides Eissa with freedom and creativity, while Wissam likely brings structure and tradition to his life. Together, they've created a balanced foundation for Eissa, one that is both unique and stable. Janet's primary goal is for Eissa to grow up happy, emotionally secure, and free to explore his passions. She encourages him to make friends, build relationships, and enjoy his childhood without the pressures of being the child of a celebrity. This thoughtful, intentional approach reflects Janet's own understanding of the challenges that come with fame and her desire to give her son a different, more grounded experience. Let's not overlook the love and dedication Janet pours into her role as a mom. She is constantly finding ways to be present for Eissa, guiding him, and giving him the best possible start in life. Her commitment to keeping him grounded and happy is a testament to how deeply she cares for her son. So, while Eissa's childhood might be different from most, it's clear that Janet and Wissam are doing everything they can to make sure he grows up surrounded by love, security, and plenty of opportunities to be his own person. It's a childhood shaped by two worlds, celebrity and privacy, but balanced in a way that allows Eissa to just enjoy being a kid. As Eissa grows older, the big question is, what are his interests? What does a day in his life look like? Is Eissa the next big star? Eissa Almana may only be a little boy, but it's clear he is already growing up in a world filled with music, love, and a touch of Jackson flair. At just 3 years old, Janet proudly shared that her son was already showing signs of musical talent. So, is he following in his family's legendary footsteps? Let's take a closer look. From the start, it was clear Eissa had a natural connection to music. Janet once shared how he received a tiny drum set as a gift from Questlove, the drummer and co-founder of The Roots. It was a thoughtful and inspiring gift, and Eissa loved it. Janet said he could spend hours banging away, exploring rhythms, and creating his own beats. It's almost as if the music runs in his blood. It's not surprising given his Jackson roots. But it doesn't stop there. Eissa has shown interest in other instruments too. Take the cello, for example. One day, he decided his little violin was not enough and asked his mom to turn it into a cello. Janet, being the doting mom she is, improvised by taping a straw to the violin to make her son's cello dreams come true. That's love and creativity in a single person. Eissa was thrilled, and he even took his cello to school, proudly showing it off to everyone. This early interest in instruments speaks to Eissa's curious and creative nature. First the violin, then the cello, and who knows what's next? Janet encourages this exploration, letting him try out different musical styles and instruments. She's not pushing him toward a career in music, but instead nurturing his natural curiosity and joy for it. And let's talk about his taste in music. Eissa apparently has a soft spot for Bruno Mars. Janet has shared how her son loves to mimic Bruno's moves and performances, turning their home into an impromptu concert stage. Can you imagine the adorable family dance sessions? Music, for them, is a way to bond. And the idea that Janet and Bruno Mars might collaborate someday? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. For Janet, this love for music is more than just a hobby. It's a way for her and Eissa to connect. She has said that their musical moments together, whether it's listening, dancing, or playing instruments, are some of their happiest times. It's heartwarming to see how much she values these simple, joyful experiences, especially given her busy life as a global superstar. Janet also makes it clear that she is not forcing any expectations on Eissa. While it might seem tempting to groom him into the next Jackson musical prodigy, Janet is all about letting him find his own path. Her goal is to let him enjoy his childhood without the weight of fame or the pressure to live up to a legacy. It's a refreshing and thoughtful approach, especially coming from someone who grew up under intense public scrutiny. But don't mistake Janet's laid-back parenting style for a lack of involvement. She is deeply committed to giving Eissa the best upbringing possible. From ensuring he has access to music classes and creative outlets to simply being present in his life, Janet is the definition of a hands-on mom. She has even adjusted her career and priorities to focus on motherhood, a role she describes as the most fulfilling and transformative experience of her life. And let's not forget about Wissam. While he and Janet have different parenting styles, they are united in their love for Eissa. Wissam's influence likely brings structure and tradition to their son's life, while Janet's approach adds creativity and freedom. Together, they have managed to strike a balance that allows Eissa to grow into his own person while being surrounded by love and support. Eissa's musical journey is still in its early stages, but it is clear he is being raised in an environment that celebrates creativity, individuality, and connection. Whether he becomes the next big name in music or chooses a completely different path, one thing we know for sure is that Eissa is surrounded by people who want him to thrive, be happy, and live life on his terms. So, could Eissa be the next Jackson to make waves in the music world? Tell us what you think in the comments below. If you want to hear more shocking stories like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.